What's up? It's Rudy J. Enjoy your weekend and let's talk the biggest stories in sports Monday morning, 7 till 10. It's R&R in the morning on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.1 FM.
Welcome back to Halftime with Mike Jimenez on San Antonio Sports Star. We're on 94.1 FM, AM 1250, and on the go at sasportstar.com. Mike Jimenez here with you till 2 o'clock. Edwin Hafner is producing today's show, and I cannot wait for Sunday night. I am now addicted. I am now a fan. San Antonio FC plays for the USL Championship against Louisville City FC. All tickets sold out. Our soccer insider, Katie Goodman, joins us now. How excited are you for Sunday night?
Oh, I'm pumped, but I think I'm more pumped that you're addicted and that you want to be there, honestly, because it really starts with you guys spreading the word about just how cool soccer is. So I'm pumped. I'm ready for it. It's the biggest game, I think, in the team's history, for sure.
I'm going to be excited. I have the merch already, got a t-shirt, but now I'm eyeing that whole jersey one, that jersey polo look. Am I going to start rocking that? I think I need to go to like 5 matches before actually doing that. But again, the USL Championship against Louisville City, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. This game sold out so fast. How surprised are you? Or are you surprised at all that all 8,000 plus seats were gone within minutes?
I'm not surprised, but that's only because of kind of how things happened with Austin FC. It was very similar. I think when you're this far into the season, you see how good they're doing. It's almost expected that they're going to get to this point. And so when they know a team's in the finals, everybody's just sitting there by their keyboard or their laptop or their phone, just waiting to grab those tickets. Now, like, I think if you had looked at this earlier in the season, I don't know that anybody could have expected that to happen, right? But yeah, no, I mean, I'm just so excited for it, for them. And it's the first time in history that 2 number 1 seeds of each conference are meeting up in the final. And I know we're talking USL here, but what's crazy is that also happened in MLS with LAFC and Philadelphia Union. So I don't know what's in the air or in the stars or whatever, but I mean, it's almost like the world of American soccer is just like, all right, top of the East and West, they're just going head to head, and that's who's taking it. So yeah.
That's fascinating because oftentimes, you know, you have a good regular season and then just some team just kind of wets the bed one week, right? And then just loses. And it's just one of those things where it was the buildup was to that. And then there's others that kind of catch fire and then make their way through the playoffs. But for San Antonio FC, that's not been the way. They've been at the top of their conference pretty much the entire year. What do you say is going right for San Antonio FC right now? Why are they so successful this season?
I think a big part of it is their defense and how they defend as a unit and they defend as a full 11. I mean, if you look at the last game they played against the Switchbacks, it was hard for them to even get anything really going in the attacking third. And that's because they were defending with the offense. So, you know, forward strikers doing a great job of pushing, you know, the oncoming attack to the left or the right, not letting them just cut right down the middle. And even when they did, they were just handled correctly. They just make all the right defensive decisions, which pretty much sets the offense up for success. And that's the kind of thing that if you can bring that consistently, and also, you know, hashtag mentality monsters, it is so true. Like, so much of this is mental, and you can see it in the way that they speak to you in interviews, the way that they speak with their coaches, all these highlight reels that SAFC has been putting out there. Like, again, I've covered a couple of different teams, and you can tell when someone is bought in with their heart and soul. And I think that really is a huge, huge part of it. And, you know, this is their first time going to a final, like the final. So there's just so much writing on this for them, and it means so much to them. Whereas, you know, Louisville, this is their 8th time into the playoffs. It would be their 5th time winning it. So it's something, you know, they have a little bit more experience, but I think SAFC has a lot to prove. So yeah, I don't expect anything less than them stepping up in full form.
Now, that's something I did not realize, talking to Katie Goodman, our soccer insider, about San Antonio FC and the USL Championship against Louisville City. You're talking about Louisville City having this experience there. This is not the first time. They're not their first rodeo being at the championship, is what you're telling me. But to offset that, San Antonio FC has home field advantage. How big is that for Sunday night?
That is huge, 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 because I think you can just see it in the record. I mean, obviously they've done well across the board, whether it's home or away, but they're also on a 17-game unbeaten streak over the year. 17, like that's insane for a team, you know? So I think it's just like really, really cool for them to just be there and to have this experience at home. It means so much more. Also talking to the guys after the last game, they kind of learned their lesson last season when they made it to the playoffs. They lost one of the playoff games at home, and that kept them out of the finals. And so I think they just have a lot to prove, not only to themselves, but to the fans, and then just to the league in general, that they can do this. Now, what's interesting to me is that Louisville actually has a bigger stadium. I think they have like 12 or 13,000. Don't quote me on that, but I know it's a lot of people that they pack out. And so when you look at the stadium that SAFC is playing in front of, it's just like, I feel like there's so much room for growth for them there.
Mhm.
And then, you know, to also add a little bit more drama in the mix, I believe it's 500 Louisville fans are going to be there that night. So they've already booked their tickets. They're showing up. They have people on Twitter asking, "Hey, where are the meetups? Are there any league meetups? Any happenings or events going on?" I haven't heard of anything yet, but if I do, I'll let you guys know. But yeah. So
No.
already the pot's stirring. The pot is stirring.
What you got to do is lie to them. And so I understand that this party is taking place. I believe the town's called San Marcos. Just go up 35 north. We're going to meet there an hour before the match, okay? Just to get them away from Toyota Field. You know, the San Antonio FC is also going to be getting some love from ESPN. This is going to be on ESPN2. So that's also a big deal as well, because it's not just the eyes of San Antonio and the eyes of Louisville, but nationwide. If you're a soccer fan and you're flipping channels, you might be watching this game.
It is a huge deal. It's no longer ESPN Plus, it's ESPN Linear. I mean, that's just, imagine as a player how big that is for them to have that kind of exposure, and anybody anywhere can watch. And it's so great for both teams across the board. Yeah, it's going to be good coverage too. I'm excited.
All right, Katie, here's the thing. When the Spurs won their titles, people would go honking up and down the street, okay? They had a parade at the Riverwalk. How should the city of San Antonio celebrate if San Antonio FC wins?
I would love for all of those things to happen for San Antonio FC. And you know they are under SSNE, so I'm sure they've got something awesome planned for them. They definitely have the bandwidth to make it happen. And if anybody needs help spreading the word, again, I am here and happy to do it. If y'all want to go honking, let's go. Let's ride. We'll go, wreak some havoc on the town, whatever. But no, it would be also really cool if they could do like a parade, and then bring like the younger academies and clubs into the mix too. Like give those little kids some exposure, some time with these players who just made huge things happen for their city. And either way, like whatever happens at the end of this game, like I know they want to walk away with the win, but either way, they have made huge strides for soccer in San Antonio, and you got to hand it to them there. So they deserve a celebration either way, I think.
Katie Goodman is our San Antonio Sports Star soccer insider. Before I let you go, it is Veterans Day. Is there a veteran special to your life? Somebody who might be a family member or a friend?
Yeah, so my dad, he actually, he was in the Air Force for a long time. He did a little bit of time in the National Guard as well. So yeah, he was kind of like, did a couple different things. He worked on like airplane mechanics, and then he eventually segued his career into teaching flight safety. And then he at some point helped like create this ejection seat that helped keep people from breaking their neck whenever the seat ejected out of the airplane. So that was kind of like his big like career thing that he did for the military. And so, every time I think about, Veterans Day, I think about him, and just like everybody. I mean, there's a couple, that not maybe in my life, but surrounding my life. My grandpa was also, I guess, he was in the Air Force too. My grandparents were, but they've since passed. But yeah, I mean, just everything that all of these, veterans have done, and just it's a veteran city too. It's a military city, and so we're surrounded by them all the time. And I think you take it for granted too, just how special we have it, because we have these incredible people willing to put themselves on the line, either in battle or at home, and dedicating their lives to keeping things safe here.
Yeah,
So,
it's beyond active duty. We are a destination for the retirees, and I like the way the national anthem is done at San Antonio FC games. They have the fireworks going off in the middle of the song. I was very much impressed. We were looking at the flag because the flag is one direction, but then all of a sudden the fireworks are going off on the other direction, and we're like, "What the heck is going on here?" It's a fantastic performance that they have for the national anthem. I'm sure they're going to do it again Sunday night, 7:30 at Toyota Field. Go San Antonio FC.
Yeah, and I should mention a lot of the Crocketeers are also veterans. Like a vast majority of them are ex-Marines, and
Nice.
so I'm sure they have a lot to do with that. And if you don't know about the Crocketeers, go by the tailgate before the game. They're so fun. They even have veggie burgers. They have a veggie burger for me there every time, and I'm like, I love you guys so much. And what more could you ask for?
They
And
had
bring the
free
drums,
beer.
Everything is wild. Yeah.
They
Yeah,
had
so
free beer.
go support those veterans.
They welcomed me to them. They gave me the scarf as well, so I have a Crocketeer scarf.
I see it in the back.
Yeah, we march in. We go from the tailgate, which is under the bridge, right outside of Toyota Field. It's under the bridge, and then we march about a quarter of a mile into the stadium, which is fantastic. I'm not a part of the Crocketeers, but I will be. I'll be soon. That is Katie Goodman, our soccer
have
insider.
A membership. I signed up and I support them. So yes, no, but thank you so much for having me, Mike. It's awesome.
And hopefully we get to talk on Monday about them winning. Sunday night already sold out. And again, it's sold out, but it's also on ESPN2, so you can watch San Antonio FC win the USL Championship. Again, taking on Louisville City Sunday night. That is Katie Goodman. Thanks for being with us, Katie.
Thank you. Have a good one.